I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Recording is in progress. That means the podcast has started. And if you've been with us from the beginning, this is 335 podcasts. And that's it.
There's there was a thing we got at Good Pods, and they said we have like 440 podcasts, which I don't know if that's even, I don't think that's correct.
Well, it is correct because even though we have 335, this is the 335th. By the way, I'm Al Ducharme. If you're listening and you don't have the video, now you know my voice. Al Romas, say hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, and goodbye.
And goodbye. Okay, so now you know the differences in the cadence in our voices, and you know we're both Al's, so that's an easy one. Anyways,
hence the name.
Because of our vault episodes, every Friday we put up an older episode that you may have missed over the last 5 years. It's a vault. We call it our vault, and that's what they're counting. That's why it's over 400.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I was surprised. I'd never heard of this Good Pods, and they did a nice little thing about us, and they recapped what we do and who we are, and then they even listed their top 10 2 hours, 1 pod podcasts. I don't know how they do that. Maybe just AI generated, or they list. I'm
going to go with it was nice that they took the time to do it because they scanned the internet with the thousands of podcasts and they put
millions.
The extra time in. Yeah. Millions.
Really?
I guess
millions.
So. If you go worldwide, sure.
Yeah. But it was a nice little thing, and I got it just because I have that Google alert, and it popped up, and I'm like, "What is this?" And so yeah, they have the 10 best. So check out goodpods.com. I think it's an app. And yeah, that was very cool. And I like your background. Speaking of cool, the Northern Lights.
Yes.
In the back. Al's in Alaska tonight. It's exciting. He captured it live. And now, where are you, Alfred? Fill us in on your whereabouts and what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, it looks like I'm in Canada or Alaska. I'm in Manhattan, the center of the universe, where I lived for 13 years or so. And we are basically, for the most part, doing a little getaway in between our gigs. 6 days, staying at the San Carlos Hotel in the East 50s, and everything's here. You just walk out, and it's like everything is here. And we did this on purpose. Yes. Good. We did this on purpose because we were going to see a couple of Broadway plays, which we'll get to in a second. And it's a 20-minute walk to one theater that we went to and a 30-minute walk to the other theater. And because we didn't want to be in Times Square, no desire to be doing that Times Square shit.
No, you're not a tourist from Idaho.
Right. And the hotels were more and you got a lot less. So we got kind of a nicer boutique hotel. I highly recommend this place. The staff and the accommodations are incredible. We're on the 17th floor. And it's pretty magnificent. And this is our last day. And then we're going to be heading over to New Jersey and get on the Symphony of the Seas.
Wow. Look how these two work it out. They go to New York, see a couple plays, and they go to Jersey, get on a ship together, make some dough. Very good.
Yeah.
Well done.
Make some dough to pay for this bill. Holy shit.
Yeah, 6 nights in Manhattan.
Dude, every restaurant, it's $100 to $200.
Right?
Every restaurant.
Somebody was just saying they were there. It was like they had breakfast, and it was like, I mean, nothing crazy. One of those. It was like $78, and it was like 2 eggs and some toast and like coffee. Go 70, really? $100 with a tip. Out.
There's a little diner across the street from our hotel, and it was actually normal. I think we walked out 2 coffees and 2 breakfasts for like $35. So
okay,
$6 tip. You're out of there for 41. That was pretty good.
Not bad.
There's a place across the street called the Empire Steakhouse. Highly recommend that one.
Oh, Porterhouse.
Didn't get the Porterhouse. I get the New York Strip. They had a 39 $9.95 lunch special. It's called Quick Lunch. It's 3 course. So you get your appetizer, your entree, and coffee, dessert, I think, something like that. 40 bucks.
That's unheard of. I don't know what kind of meat you were having, but he won
It's
the.
New York strip. And you know what it
Yeah,
is?
I
It's
think
it's
I
a,
think I think that fella might have came in last at the Preakness, if you know what I'm saying. But for
yeah,
40 bucks,
well, they're trying to get people.
mm,
At night, it's packed, and during the day, there's a lot of competition to luncheon places.
yeah.
So but I looked up the venue because we looked at it out our window here, and the Kimberly Hotel, which is built in the early '60s, which are like apartments, and it caters to, I guess, UN people that are staying longer. But this place has a different facade in the front of it, so they built the Kimberly completely around it, and then this like 8-story building is where Desi Arnaz
Who's that?
had his band.
Oh,
Lucy Arnaz's husband, I Love Lucy.
ooh, I know.
And he had his band. That was his home club. And
Wow,
then
wow,
Edith
that's cool.
Piaf, whatever her name is, she
I don't think
performed
it's
there.
P-off. I don't think it's
What is it?
P-off.
What is it?
It's P-I-A-F. I'm not.
Yeah, Piaf.
Yeah,
How do
P-F,
you?
P-F.
It's a.
I don't know.
She's peed. She was peed off. Let's
Yeah,
just
she
say
was.
that much.
Edith
She
Piaf.
very talented, rough life.
Edith was peed off. Yeah.
Piaf.
Okay.
Piaf.
Piaf.
French. And also Mariah Carey had her showcase before she was signed by Sony or whatever, right here
Mm.
across the
Wow.
street. Pretty
Wow.
cool.
The
Pretty cool.
history. No, that's amazing. Yeah. Who was we? My memory is bullshit. What were you just saying? Who was
Bullshit.
before? Who'd you mention before Edith Pion? Who was before that?
Desi Arnaz.
Oh, Desi. Yes. It just quickly.
Desilu Productions.
Yeah. Funny. The other night, I was going through YouTube and I watched him on Letterman when he was about. He was only. He looks like he's 110. His skin's all yellow. He's 63. And you go, Jesus. I mean, what smoking and drinking and whatever can do to you. But he looked 105, and they in the comments they go, yeah, he was 63 at that point. I go, gee, and he
Wow.
died not long after. He didn't live very long. But anyway, genius and a hell of a musician.
Yes. 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 Um,
Yeah.
he started a lot of things. He was very, very good businessman.
He was the
So,
first to record it, the show. They used to just air it and then, burn the tape or record over it or film. And he was the first to put residuals and reruns. No one did that before Desi. He's like, we could run this again when we're not working.
yeah,
They were
it
like,
was the
what?
Cinescope with the honeymooners. They were filming the screen
Hmm. Mm,
of the television
right.
in the studio as they were filming it live. And a
Right.
lot of those films, they were just gonna, like you said, throw away, burn, toss
Yeah.
them. And he said, I want all those. I'll buy them. And he bought them for pennies or
Hmm.
free, put them in a vault somewhere. And he started syndication.
Incredible. And he's the three cameras, the sitcom that we
Three
know and
camera
hate.
shoot.
He started that.
Hmm.
Uh, and this is just a guy from Cuba who is a singer, Babalu, Babalu, and meanwhile he's a
Hmm.
fucking genius. And years later, I saw a thing where Lucy, when she was old, and she had the Lucy show. Remember
Hmm.
that? And she came in, and the script sucked, everything sucked, and she got very angry. But then she realized he handled everything. She goes, all I had to
Right.
do was be the clown. He
Right.
handled every aspect. And she goes, I had to realize I had to do that. And that's when they dropped, and they put the S at the end of her name, the crew.
Ah, see that?
Yeah. Is that fun?
A lot of
So
fun
continue,
facts.
Alfred. Let me hear some shows on Broadway reviews. Al Ducharme's take on Broadway 2025.
Well, on our first show, on a whim, we saw that the actress Sarah Snook, the Australian actress who played Shiv on the HBO series Succession, and she was a real standout. The entire cast was, that was a big hit, by the way. Did you see any Succession?
No, it's one of those shows I should watch and never did.
All right. I'm guilty of the same with other shows, but well, she was doing a Broadway show here, Picture of Dorian Gray, which was a book, a novel, made into a
Film.
movie and made different stage productions of it. Um, and who's the famous playwright who wrote or novelist who wrote that? Bernie, who was the
Oscar Wilde?
Oscar Wilde? Sorry, it escaped me there.
Good to have someone smart in the room.
Anyways, they did this modern multimedia thing where it's a one-person show, and they use cameras and they follow her with like 3 or 4 cameras on stage. So the camera crew, all dressed in black, and there's like 4 different screens that keep falling down or being falling down, getting lowered and raised during the performance, and it's visually spectacular. But the performance of this one actress, Sarah Snook, it was unbelievable, very impressive. No intermission, 2 hours
Wow.
on stage,
Holy shit.
intense energy.
Now, what if she's ill? Do they have an understudy? I mean, you can't have an understudy, right? Because you're paying to see her. What would happen?
I have the playbill tucked away. It probably has a list of the understudies.
That would
But
suck.
I don't know.
No
I don't
offense to
think
the understudy,
No,
but that would be.
they have understudies. Matter of fact, Glengarry, Glen Ross, they have understudies. I don't know if you can see this. In case someone is
The
ill.
Northern Lights are taking over.
Yes. But yes,
All right.
it was great. And then we went to go see Glengarry Glen Ross because
Now we're
our
talking.
dear friend Bill Burr hooked us up with some tickets and very nice seats, by the way. I wasn't expecting to sit in the front row. I think we were like 6 or 7 seats back, center, orchestra.
I like that better anyway. I don't want to.
I do too. I don't like.
Yeah.
I've been to shows where I'm like this.
Yeah.
I last minute tickets at TKAS, what the fuck it's called,
Right.
the discount ticket place,
Yeah.
where the person next to you paid 500 and you paid $75.
Yeah. That's. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't like it. The one
No,
time
row 6 center is perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah, yeah. And it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I had never seen a stage performance of it before, only the movie,
Mhm.
where they added Alec Baldwin's character to the movie script, the screenplay.
Mhm.
And the play we saw tonight was the original play. And
I'm surprised they didn't throw it in there since the movie
I was
was
kind
so
of
big,
hoping
and
yeah,
that's iconic. That performance, it really is for his best. People talk about that as him. I'm surprised they didn't write it into the current version of the play.
yeah.
Since
Alec
everyone
Baldwin's
knows it,
performance, although brief,
it's
stands
amazing.
out in the movie. I mean, it stands out in the movie. And
Yeah.
here's the thing: Mamet wanted him to play a different role. I think Shelley or something, or one of the other roles. And he was unavailable. He was filming something. So
Oh.
when they made the movie, they said, "Can you play that role?" And he was like, "I'm filming something else."
Right.
He said, "Can you write me in like a smaller part?" And
Right.
Mamet said, "Okay." And then he did, and phenomenal.
Wow. Oh, it's amazing. It's a 2.5 hour movie, and you leave, everyone's talking about the first 6 minutes. I mean, he's on screen for only 5 or 6 minutes, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So this was a evening. So the evening show, or is it a matinee? What did you?
We went to, interesting enough, we went on Tuesday night and it was a 7 p.m. show. Normally all shows are 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So we were happy about that,
Yeah.
because we were able to hang for a little bit after the show. And then we went off into the night.
How does that work? I've never gone backstage of a Broadway show. How does that work? Does someone come get you? Do you linger and wait, and then how does that? Take us through that, Al. Most people go to a show and leave.
Sure.
They're not buddies with the star, so give us a little backstage area.
Well, Bill has handlers, and one particular guy head of his security.
Oh, I know who you. Yeah, he's been around a long time.
Kenny Soda Pop. What's his name?
Club Soda.
Club Soda. Sorry.
Yeah,
Kenny
he was
Club
nice.
Soda. I
This
should know
guy.
all this stuff. Huh?
He was Dice's
Yeah,
guy for
yeah,
25 years.
And yeah, Jim Norton, and he's handles a lot of comedians. And I've met him a
Hey,
couple of
now.
times now in Vegas and whatnot, but he's very professional and he's a big dude. I think he's a former cop or some military. So he's like
Yeah,
dead
if
on.
not,
Yeah.
he comes across that way anyway.
Yeah. So he sees us before the show and he says, stage right by the exit, right by the stage. He said, when you see me, make your way towards you. And
Okay.
yeah, he's like 6'3", 6'4", whatever he is.
Yeah.
So we did. We made a beeline, and then he escorted us backstage, and there was other security there holding people off. And they were like, "Is he with you?" And he's like, "He's with, Bernie. They're both with me. Come."
Hmm.
Because Bernie was ahead of me, and the guy put his arm up to stop me from security guy. He said, "Is he with you?" And he said, "Yes." No, he's with you. He goes, "Oh, go." Then they changed. Go ahead, sir. But they're like,
Right.
"Stop."
Hmm.
And then we're escorted to a waiting area, just sofas and whatnot. And Bill was changing out of his attire. And there's a bunch of people milling around and some of the other actors and whatnot. And then Bill came out and said, "Hey, come on in here. Come on in here." So we went into the dressing room and sat, did our accolades, chatted it up for a bit. Some other people came
Sucked
in.
his dick.
It
Hmm.
was funny. There was a couple of guys in suits that came back. And one of them goes, "Hey, Bill, how you doing?" He goes, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm one of the producers." He goes, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And then he's like right back to us because we're his guest. And
Right.
this guy's like, "I'm a producer. I'm going to go back and throw my weight around."
Yeah.
And Bill was cordial for a second, but then it was like, "Yeah, this has to be prearranged. You just can't walk back and be a swinging
And
dick. You have somebody,
and
a
Bill
lady."
seems like a guy who loves suits and loves those people. So, yeah.
And Bill's like, "I have no idea who that guy is," because everybody's a producer, right? It's like
Hmm.
30 people producing one. He's like,
Yeah. Exactly.
"I'm just trying to get my lines right so David Mamet doesn't have a knip shit."
That's amazing. We were talking a little before the record. Just like you think about Bill, he's a comic, Boston comic, New York, but now doing Mammoth, which is so precise. It's not like you can do, go on stage and fuck around a little bit and change a word. He wants it on the script, right? I mean, that's pretty impressive that he could even jump into the big leagues in a way. After just he's done acting, but it's not quite Mammoth on Broadway.
Right. Well, Bill can lean into that character that he plays. It's not far from who he is in
And
a
he's playing
way.
the Ed Harris role in the movie.
Yes. Right,
Moss.
right,
Right.
right,
Okay.
right. Moss. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
yeah, he executed it perfectly. It's the ensemble was great. We enjoyed it very much. It was a ride. It was quick. It wasn't a 2.5 hour movie.
Right. And Odenkirk was saying there's a lot like they're getting a lot of laughs. And he goes, "We're finding these laughs." And he goes, "I don't think the other cast got laughs where we're getting laughs." He didn't. He's like, "I don't know if it's the current times we're living in or what, but he goes, we're finding
It's
a lot of laughs in this now." Did you
yeah, there was
experience that?
yes, applause and laughs. It's also execution. Also,
Hmm.
we're familiar with some of these actors now. So when
Right.
we're
That's
used to
different. Yeah.
them. Yeah, yeah. Better Call Saul. There was some very
Mm.
serious, serious episodes and scenes in
Hmm.
every episode, but
Hmm.
there was a underlining light humor that Odenkirk brought to it. Even though
Hmm.
he's a superb actor, he really is. He's like doing his own
Crazy. He's
thing.
another one though. He's a writer, sketch guy.
Writer, stand up,
And then he
sketch.
just becomes this great actor. It's
Yeah,
you know, it's incredible.
and
How long do you hang backstage? How does that work? Is there like a okay, take it along?
it was like a 15-minute thing, and then
Okay,
they had to go out. They said, "Hey, we have to go out and sign, autographs and whatnot."
right.
So we go in the elevator, and it's stopping at all these different floors. I have no idea where we are. Like we're in the back of the theater somewhere down, And then all of a sudden, there's people getting on. And we're on with Michael McKean, you know him
course.
uh, from everything.
Spinal Tap,
Spinal Tap,
gee,
Laverne and
Better Call
Shirley.
Saul,
Better
Laverne
Call
and
Saul.
Shirley.
He was
I mean,
great in
this
Better
guy's
Call
been,
Saul.
yeah, he's Saturday Night Live. He was in the cast for a year or
Yeah.
two. Did a
Mhm.
great Howard Stern. He did the only Howard Stern impression I've ever seen. And that was great. But do you say anything to Michael McKean in the elevator, or is that just how does that
Well,
work?
Bill introduced us to him prior. So he goes, "Hey, Michael, this is Al Ducharme, comedian, and wife Bernadette. Al did some voices on my animated show, F is for Family." And he goes, "Oh," and I said something, "Yep, still getting my residual checks, whatever, just filler." And he goes, "Well, Ronald Reagan put a cap on residuals because he hates Trump and he's
He's a
getting
real,
political." And I'm like,
he's so
"Dude,
that's funny.
this is a meet and greet." It's
Yeah. All right, Mike. That's
and then we get in the elevator, and rah, 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 rah,
all
like
right.
3 inches away, and you're like,
Yeah.
So as much as I adore him as a performer, I don't know the fucking guy, and he went
Well, I
right into,
follow him on X, and it's a lot of
yeah,
that, and
it's
I just go,
I do too, yeah,
I just want you to be funny, you know. But
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that Reagan fucked us. Okay. Well, good job tonight. Bye bye.
Yes, good job tonight. So we get up to the area, the launching pad, and there's people getting off along the way.
I know.
I don't know why it seemed like the elevator took so long, and then we finally get to.
Well, McKean was railing against Reagan, and
That's why.
it takes forever.
And it did, but all of a sudden we're stopped in between floors, and I'm like, 7 people were trapped for 2 days, and some woman that was on, she goes, "Oh God, don't even say that."
Oh Jesus! I love New
Trying
York.
to break the tension a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So then we get up, and I go, "Kenny, which direction do me and Bernie go in?" He goes, "You go out and you turn left, and then go that way over there, wait over there." So we go out the doors, boom, and it's hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Woo! And then they
You
realize
should have
we're
signed
nobody.
autographs.
Well, they realize we're nobody. They go woo.
Oh.
Bill
That's
said,
like
you guys go
that's
out
funny.
first, and then we'll
Yeah.
pause and come up behind you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So
I remember being when I was a kid at the Jets practice on Long Island, and autograph people were so hungry for autographs they would actually ask these large black men who were just part of the team but not players. But these people would be like, "Are you anyone?" And they would hand like a piece of paper, and the guy's like, "No, I ain't nobody."
are you anyone?
Are you anyone? Holy shit! Yeah, no, I ain't nobody. Wow.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. And
Excellent.
and then when they came out, the crowd started screaming, and it was like not like Beatles, but it was like
Yeah, sure.
celebrities were coming out and to mingle.
And they do that every night. They come out and they sign autographs and all that shit.
I assume.
Or I wonder if they can like, "Hey, I'm not feeling it," and duck out a different.
I'm sure that
Because that every night. I mean, that's do the show, then every night you got to say that.
I didn't ask because I didn't get to that. Because matter of fact,
McKean was railing at that point against Carter. So
that's funny. Bill's texting us right now.
read the text. Read the text on the pod.
No. Are you still doing that stupid podcast with Romas?
Oh.
Oh my God. How do you stomach him?
Oh, fuck. Well, all right. At least he knows I'm alive. Hey, boy.
So there you go.
That's awesome, man. That's great. I'm glad
that schedule is insane. I'll give you a little inside thing.
Please.
Kieran Culkin, who is great. He played Roman on Succession. Coincidentally, he played the brother of Sarah Snook, who's doing the other.
Kind of incestuous. Yeah, you saw brother and sister, and then
Tons
Roman,
of celebrities
and now
are on
playing
Broadway
Roma
right now.
It's kind of weird. It just he played a character for years, Roman, and now he's Roma.
Yeah, that was
next. He's going to do my life story, Romas. So we're looking forward to that.
He tried to back out of it. He tried to back out of this one.
My life story?
No.
Did you follow what I was doing?
No, because I got distracted because my phone's blowing up. I'm going to turn my phone over, and I
Yeah.
muted it.
Thank you. It's a podcast. That's what we
How
do.
dare he interrupt
That's right.
our
Yeah.
podcast?
Yeah. Fuck him. You already saw the show. You don't need him again.
He wants his $500 back.
He's calling to talk about Michael McKean's politics. It's getting annoying. No, I was saying Culkin played Roman. Now he's playing
Yes.
Roma.
Yep.
And he's going to next play Romas, the life story.
I know, because
Big
when I was reading the playbill prior to the show, sitting there, I was pointing that out to Bernadette, and she's like, "Yeah, great."
Okay, thanks, Bernie. All right.
No, because the lights were dimming and
I know.
whatnot. She's like,
All right.
"Shut up, watch
Okay.
the play."
I'd expect nothing less. Thank you.
When Bill came out, I go, "That's him."
Did you yell, "Hey, Bill," and applaud?
Bill, when we
I get your 8-year-old son in a play.
I'll see you after the show. I know him.
That's my friend, Bill. That's my friend. I know him. Yeah.
I call him Billy.
Billy Burr.
We did. That was his name.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
It's funny when you hear the old, the comics from the New York in those days, that's how they all talk about him. They go, it was me, Patrice, Billy Burr, whatever. But, well, that's awesome, man. Well done. And now you check out today. Today you're heading to the ship or tomorrow?
Yeah. We're going to get a car service
Thursday? Or do you overnight?
We join tomorrow. Yeah. We're switching hotels. We've been at the San Carlos for 6 days. So we'll spend our 7th day in Elizabeth.
The free one.
What a downgrade.
At the free one. Wow.
I tried to get the cruise line to pick up 2 nights because we're not flying. Neither one of us. They went, ah!
They're still laughing in the office. They're rolling around. This guy wanted 2 nights. This maniac.
Well, we're saving them $1,000 in flights.
They don't care. They don't see it that way.
And they had 2 hotel rooms. I canceled one.
Yeah. Again, they don't see it that way.
I got an email saying, hey, I said, cancel this because you have like 24 hours before we check in. But this is like a week ago. And I get an email. Okay, I'll notify them and let you know if there's a cancellation fee.
Was this your agent? Yes, I know. I remember those emails from her. Yes. Thank you. Always a ray of sunshine.
And I already
I'll let you know if there's a cancellation fee. Ugh.
It said cancel by 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. 24 hours prior to whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm giving them 10 days.
Good God, Magnum.
I already said I won't need a hotel, or we just need one hotel room. And someone in the office in travel just booked two rooms. So basically we saved them about $1,300.
Yep.
And then I asked for an extra night.
It'll be remembered. I'm kidding.
And they said no, we'll have to charge you.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for the help.
I'm all about freebies, free tickets, free hotel rooms.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, that's me.
Never knew that.
All right, so let's get back to you now. What's going on over there? You're in Clearwater, Florida. You're
My eyes are looking great today, by the way.
I wanted to say that you're healing up nicely. Al he had an eye procedure as similar to what my sister had, and he had the droopy eyelids, which we all get, but mine are going too.
But
and
this one
I'm
was
considering
really
the same.
fucked.
Yeah,
you should. I would recommend it highly. And it's just awesome to have real peripheral vision and also just have my eyes open, which
and
is
driving.
Nice.
What about driving?
Yeah.
And you shaved a few years off. I'm not going to lie to you.
Hopefully, it would be nice. I wouldn't mind. So. I'll take that. But
you look, instead of looking 79, you look 69.
Nice. I love it. My favorite number. Get it?
No, you shaved a few years off.
Yeah. It's all good, man. But and the recovery.
We lost your mic.
That was a month ago.
That
was a month ago. Okay. So not too bad.
But full recovery from surgery. Visibly, it looks great. Yeah.
3 to 6.
Yep, 3 to 6.
They're saying 3 to 6 months. I had the colonoscopy yesterday, which you just had recently.
Well, that's why your eyes are wide open.
I'm popping. Hey, now.
I'm in the middle of my procedure right now.
And I'm in the, I'm in my gown and all that. And and I'm laying in the bed. They bring a hot blanket. Oh, it's very nice. And then the doctor will be there in a minute to talk to you beforehand. I go, okay. And then this girl walks in. She's like 28,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "Hey, Mr. Romas, how are you? I'm Dr. Marcello." I'm like, "Oh, hi." I go, "Really?" Like, she goes, "Yeah, I'll be your doctor." And it was just crazy. I mean, this girl looked like it looked like Hannah or Olivia or something. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And
Your nieces.
it was great though. They wheel you in there. That propofol, the greatest Jesus juice. Michael Jackson knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was laying there, on my side. I'm like, I'm gonna try to stay awake. I'm not gonna let this
Mm-hmm.
propofol take over. And they're like doing the thing. We have Mr. Romas here. He's having this. They're going through the checklist, and I'm like, I am staying. And the next thing I know,
Yeah.
the doctor's standing over me, going, "Okay, all good."
Right.
I had one little polyp. She burned it off. I'm like,
Burn. She didn't do the loop.
no. She goes, I burned it off. Go,
Really?
ouch. And she goes, all good. See you in 5 years. I'm like, okay.
Oh, you are doing the 5 years.
I guess I'm going to do in the 5 now. Because this last one, though, I didn't do. It was over 10 years.
10. Yeah. So why was the 5 years versus? Is it because of the polyp?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
I
don't
get
know.
it. I'm doing every 5 years because my father had colon cancer.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but there we go. The wire. See it? Yeah, shit from China. And I have a wire plugged into the connector into the phone, and for no one's touching it. It's completely on its own, and it'll
well,
move.
just it's the vibration from the voice that can.
I don't like it.
But question: is it the
Yes.
microphone's insert or is it the wire, the cable?
The cable.
All right, you got to get 2 backup cables. You know that, right?
Got to do it.
It's
Yeah,
not
but
that
this
much money.
this cable though came with the mic. I don't know if I can buy it separately.
Yes, you can. What
Okay.
are the adapters? Look at
I don't want to
each
touch it.
end. Go on to.
Oh, okay.
one more
Yeah, I
time.
guess I
Go on
could.
Amazon. Say I need what is it? You have an iPhone. You say I
Yeah.
need a lightning connection to a 3.5 millimeter. I don't know what you're connecting
Right.
into.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get another. I'll do it. I do really need that. Anyway, speaking of that, have you've seen him? I want to give a shout out to my cousin.
Shout out.
My cousin Rob, Rob Romas,
Mhm.
who has animated us. These little baby animations are going around all over the internet, and I liked it. And I saw them, and we had a picture of you and I from one just that I posted, and Rob grabbed it and threw it in the old AI generator, and we've come to life. And we
Yes.
have a couple of, and he's found a good little clips too, a little moment, because he just sent me one last night, a new one that's up there currently, and it fits really nicely, and it's like 20 seconds, and there's a little joke even. The back and forth works.
Mhm. The expression.
The poor guy had to probably go through our podcaster. I don't know how he found the little clip to fit 18 seconds or 20 seconds like that. Hope he didn't have to sit through pods and.
I think the AI software that he was using was probably
grab it?
advanced, and he
Yeah.
he grabbed the clip that he liked, perhaps, and put it in the generator. Made some tweaks, perhaps.
Week.
He said, "I
And-
want it to end on this word, beginning on that word."
Yeah, and he's going to be doing more of other. Well, for us, I said, I go, can I Venmo you some dough or something? He was like, no. He goes, but I want to do more and more. I'm like, hey, great. It's a trend right now. Everyone's
Mhm.
got a little baby talk, and they're fun. I saw Sam Kinison as a baby doing his thing. It was great. But he's got an Instagram page now called Not My Child. I don't know if that's the best
Okay.
name, Rob, but I don't know what that means.
Are we a part of a pedophilia ring now?
I don't know. We're the only video on it right now.
All right, Rob. Let's
Yeah.
let's have at the next meeting. Let's vote on a new name.
Yeah, exactly. But if you go there, you'll see our vid, and it's up there, and it's fun. I like it. It's kind of cool because
Grown-up kids.
I like the trendy stuff, and then I always think though, how do you do it? Like I don't know how to do that, or I don't have the software. So for Rob to just grab it and do it, not ask, and just do it, which I love.
That was very
That
nice.
also Just do it. Don't ask. Don't just.
He's a
let me see
relative
it.
too, so it's not like it's
My
fam.
cousin, first cousin, his
Right.
father and my dad were brothers.
Right.
So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and
Cool.
he's a good
Thanks,
man.
Rob.
So thank you, Rob. And yeah, then Memorial Day weekend. This is the big weekend. This is where every dumbass online will thank veterans for their service every year,
Why
and
does that happen?
I have to put up a thing every year.
And say this is it's memorial,
Mm.
right?
It's Memorial Day. We thinking
Memorial.
of the
Yes.
dead, not
Mm.
thanking them for their service.
Yeah, the live people. Although
Ugh.
in New York City it's also the beginning of Fleet Week. And
Yeah.
did you see what happened with the Mexican tall ship, the naval tall ship, crashed into the Brooklyn
Ay
Bridge?
caramba. Yeah, I saw it.
It's so fun. You saw it. Two people died.
I know. Yes.
I
Yeah.
know.
But
Tragic. They lost
yes.
their propulsion rather,
And propulsion.
and propulsion. But what's the deal there, man? That's a training vessel.
I don't know. I didn't.
Al served
Yeah.
4 years in the Navy. So
Yeah.
did you have training on like a very basic ship?
Well, I was on the USS Guam LPH-9. It was a helicopter carrier. But we didn't hit any bridges or anything like that, so I'm not aware of the Mexican Navy. To be honest, I didn't really know the Mexico had much of a navy, and from what I just saw,
Well, it was an 1869 ship.
yeah, what would they do it? It was more of their navy thing. It was more of a like a touristy fleet week. Look at us, because I saw them putting up big masts. When they hit it, I guess they had those masts that probably aren't always up in full like that. But I don't know. I was waiting for the conspiracy theories to come out, and you know,
Well, it's both a motorized and sailing vessel, but the sails were not up.
yeah,
They were rolled away, whatever you call that. And it was on engine
stowed.
power. Yeah, they was stowed, so it was on engine power. And the initial reports from he was grabbing an expert, some captain. He said it looks like he lost power shortly before.
Yeah,
How
I don't
about
know.
how about human error?
Yeah, well, they exactly. And I've always said, I go, I loved being in, and I appreciate, the military. But when
Best
they say that,
4 years of your life, man. The best 4 years of your life.
I think it was, and other than the birth of my children, and but when they say the best and the brightest and the best, no, the Navy SEALs are the best.
Mhm.
The Army Rangers are the best.
Mhm.
The rest of them, they're not the best. I worked with them. They're there to get free teeth care.
Well, each
help.
branch has their top.
I can't believe there aren't
It's
more
very
accidents.
few.
I cannot believe our Navy doesn't have more accidents. I think there are some that aren't reported. But it's amazing. You'll give a kid from Arkansas without a high school education, he has a really important job on that ship. He's not scraping and painting. If you stay in a few years, he's got a really responsible job. And then you talk to the guy and he's fucking retarded. So that to me is like, I'm always amazed that we don't have more of that, more accidents.
Well, more
Because,
people die friendly fire, they say, in war,
yeah.
in some wars, anyways.
When we went to the Mediterranean, and this was the 80s, it doesn't matter really, but it was the 80s. But we had Marines who in Spain they would do maneuvers and training, and then one time three Marines were laying on the grass taking a nap. They'd worked morning, afternoon training, and then another Marine in a tank just
Wow.
rolled over them.
Wow.
So that kind of thing. You go,
Yeah.
not the best and the brightest, but tragic. When things happen, I remember when we were leaving Norfolk and I was watching, what do you call it? Caskets, coffins being brought on. And I'm up on the flight deck and I was like, Chief, why he goes, we'll lose about 11, 12. Because we were
Wow.
gone for 6 months. And I'm like,
It's a
we're gonna lose?
percentage.
We're losing people?
It's a
He's
it's
like,
a it's
"Oh,
a
yeah."
stat.
Yeah, it's a stat, exactly. We'll lose about 11.
Wow.
Like, fuck. So there's 11 guys on my ship right now that aren't going to
Expendable.
come back?
Expendable.
Yes, for training to the better of the.
You are the what is it? You are the weakest link.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, well, don't take a nap in the mountains of Spain, I guess, when 17-year-old Marine is driving a tank around.
Mhm.
So yeah, so the Memorial Day weekend, no plans here. Your guys are going to be working. That'll be a fun week, and Memorial Day in the comedy club. That'll be nice.
13 shows
Oh,
on the
that's good.
Symphony of the Seas.
Mm.
And then I go to Fort Lauderdale and Bernie goes to Miami.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm on. Where am I going Monday? Utopia, Canaveral,
hmm.
which I'm looking forward to. Last time I did Utopia, I was with your lovely wife, and it was the
What?
comedy club.
What the hell's
Now,
that?
oh, I was with her. Oh,
Oh
fuck.
my
Oh.
dear Lord.
And I was sick, so I really didn't,
She
but
talked
I
your
was
ear
still.
off.
Oh yeah. So, but we were in the comedy club then, and now it's gone. The comedy club is
Comedy
a
club is gone.
casino,
Hmm.
and I'm kind of happy about. A lot of comedians don't like it, but I'm looked at the schedule. I get on Monday, night off. Tuesday, one show at midnight. Wednesday, two shows. Thursday, nothing. And Friday, new cruise.
I love the concept of a
I'll
comedy
take it.
club. I like, I would always like a shorter schedule. You got to remember doing 17 shows in a week? Well,
Hmm.
then it was 16 and
I
then
did
14. Now it's
21 on
13.
Oasis. I did
Yeah,
21 on Oasis when it
that's
opened.
crazy to me.
3 a night, 7 nights.
Oh,
No night off. 3. Simeon did that for 10 months, which is why he's a mental patient
yeah.
today. There's
Poor
always a reason.
Simeon.
Oh, he's fucking gone. That guy.
You should have like 3 million.
He's got 3 million Disney figurines. So,
Yeah,
but can you
that's a
imagine?
lot.
Yeah. And 17, I was like, I can't do this. But so to me, the comedy club is great. But if you want to put me in the theater at midnight, it's gonna on a weekend cruise. Yes, it's gonna suck. They're gonna be rowdy and drunk, but it's one show. It's 20 minutes, and then you're off. To me, that's so much better than 2 shows or 3 shows in the comedy club. So, am I personally? A lot of guys disagree. That's fine, but that's me. I
That's
like
how you
that.
are today. There's a couple of years ago, you were like, "Oh no, I want to do all those shows. I'm doing
Yeah,
22 minutes.
yeah,
Week flies and all that."
yeah.
But
It's
those
true.
back-to-back 3 shows,
Oof.
and a beautiful port where you can't really venture out too far because you have shows that night,
Right.
or they hit you up on a
Well,
sea
and we're
day.
back. See, I didn't touch anything, and
We're wrapping
it
it up
it click,
anyways.
it click, click. Also, just want to give a quick shout out. Also, former guest on our show, my niece Hannah. She's in the UK. She's
She's
bopping around London as we chatted up here.
Well, congratulations, Hannah. That's a sweet gig that you're doing. And I know you were contemplating whether or not you really wanted to go, but you made the decision. I think your uncle gave you a little push in a good way. It's an opportunity. You
Hell
can
yeah!
always change your mind if it really doesn't work out, but I'm sure it's going to work out.
And she's going over. She's got friends over there somehow. I don't know all
Already?
the yeah. She has friends, and they're going to Liverpool tomorrow, I
Oh,
believe it is. And yeah, she's like, oh yeah. I go, what about? Because she had an issue with an Airbnb, and then her friend just said, oh, we'll store our bags when we get there at the Cavern. And I'm like, wow, the Cavern where the
really?
Beatles they're gonna just store
Yeah.
their bags at the Cavern and go out. I'm like, wow, I haven't even been there, and she's storing bags at the Cavern. So I'm
Holy cow.
happy and jealous at the same time. But I'm gonna be over there at some point
That's
sooner
the
than
little
later.
venue that they would perform in, by the way. Is that where they
Yes.
actually started that first like
No.
paid gig, or it's just it became the regular place?
It became their place. Their original drummer, and the reason he
Pete
really got the
Best.
gig. Yes, very good. His mother had a house, and she allowed them to use the basement. And
Hmm.
she said, "Well, you guys clean it up and paint it, and you could play down there." So the Beatles, Lennon and McCartney, basically painted the walls and made designs, and it's still there. And
Wow.
Pete Best's brother, Rogue Best, turned it into an Airbnb. So you can
Holy
stay at the
cow.
Casbah Club. You get a room. You get like the Lenin room. And then you can go down to the basement and all the original paintings there. And,
That's a time capsule.
That's it. That's the thing. So I was telling Hannah about it, but she said it's booked. So,
Sure.
but I go, yeah.
2 years in advance.
Sure.
A year.
Yeah. But if you're going to be in Liverpool once or twice, that's because that's where it started. The basement of the Casbah. And
Cool.
then, yeah.
So cool.
Very cool. So she's bopping around as we speak. And the temperature here, I'm in the back, this little sun deck, and it's about 145 degrees, and I'm dying.
Well, we're going to end the podcast here, and we'll reconvene next week, same time, same station. So if you're a longtime listener,
check out Good Pods. They've got a top
Yes.
10, 2 Al's, 1 pod. You should listen to it.
go.
I should look at it and see if I agree with any of them.
Yeah. And we're going to put
should do
little
that.
clips up from this episode. I don't think there's anything funny. We like to put up funny little clips, but sometimes it just doesn't happen.
I bet Rob at Not My Child can find something humorous and make us into children doing it. And there was something else. What the fuck? I can't remember, but oh well. I can't. It's escaped me at the moment. But all right. Well, have a great week. It's 1 week on Symphony for you two, and then you separate.
Then we separate, and then we reconvene in a couple of weeks.
Look at these guys pulling in the big money.
Well,
damn it.
Paying off the debt.
It's nice. It's nice. Very
All
nice.
right,
I'm on my way. I will see Mr. Jim Manelli in about an hour, and I'll send along.
Say hello
your
to Jim. Enjoy your
personal best.
cigars and scotch. And say
The
hello to
grandest of
Kelly and Teddy.
cathedrals. I will do that. And tell Bernie I'll see her soon. I think we're working together next month. I believe she had mentioned that, or Utopia. So that'll be good.
Arrivederci.
Peace.
So long, Al. Have a good trip.
Iceberg, dead ahead. Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
A feeding frenzy quickly develops.
This is the 2 Al's 1 Pod podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
All right.
Okay, sure.
Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Patreon.com/2Al's1Pod.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money.
Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.